Right, scalping. What I'm going to show you is just a very, very quick example of what Scalper School is about, what we are trying to achieve in Scalper School. And I'm going to actually show you what we've done today in Scalper School. I'm going to show you actual live results of what we've achieved. And so it's a very, very quick presentation. Just going to give you an overview of what Scalper School is about, and then let you, if you want to get involved, great, fantastic. We've got a program coming up on the 4th of November. Okay, right, so it's a unique and profitable blend of tools for scalping forex and indices. We've been scalping the DAX, the Dow, the pound, and so on. We've got some good moves today. It's been a lovely volatile moves. Anybody who's been listening to my videos will know I've been talking about the sell signal we got in the FTSE 2 weeks ago and the sell signal we got in the NASDAQ last week, and why I was scalping as early as shorting as early as yesterday to capture the move, and today we get paid. So yesterday I shorted the Dow for 30 pips, got my stop to break even -2, so I left a couple of pips on the table, got stopped out. That's fine, but that's exactly Scalper School isn't specifically designed to do that. Scalper School is designed to give you minimum 25 pips per session. So I was sitting there encouraging the Scalper School members to take the 25 pips and walk away. I decided I was going to leave it on the table, and I just did exactly the same today. Today I end up with 120 pips on the Dow and 50 odd pips on the DAX, and I also did over since last week, back in last week, just the Euro Aussie and Euro CAD has generated over 600 pips. So we're rocking and rolling, we are doing well, and I'm going to give you a quick intro about how we do that. Right, next slide. So a couple of minutes on the disclaimer. Trading involves risk. You may lose more on your deposit. You know, this is really crucial. One of the biggest things in trading, or the biggest thing in trading, is the mind game. And there's never enough time spent on this from people like myself. But the reason why there isn't enough time spent on it is because it's boring. You know, managing your risk and managing yourself and how you conduct yourself in this market is the ultimate way to become a professional trader. And that is, we don't spend a lot of time on it in Scalper School because the program is not, you know, it's not a whole weekend, but it is a key part of what we do every day. I want people to take the 25 pips and walk away, but I want them to do it every day, so they end up with at least 125 pips a week. That way, you compound that up. 125 pips a week, 25 pips a day is good money. And without, you don't have to use, the whole point of this is it's low risk. Right, so just a little bit about me. I've been trading since I left school, which was a long time ago. Spent my career working with brokers and other financial institutions. I actually started my working life, first job I ever had was at a Lloyd's ticket. I worked on the trading floor of the Lloyd's insurance market, so that gave me a taste of a feel for trading, and I've been trading my own account in stocks and more recently futures and forex, and doing well. So technical trading dominates my life. You will hear some fundamental aspects of my trading, which is crucial. I think it's part of the crucial mix, but I only ever take decisions on technical trading, and that dominates exactly what I do. Okay, I am managing director of Santander Direct Forex Brokers as well, just more of a disclaimer. So, Trade the Easy Way, founded in 2009. I'm running through this because I just want to get straight on to talking about trading, really. You know, we do not sell systems or indicators. So, you know, I use everything you will see today about the trades we've taken today are default indicators on what is a free platform. It's an excellent platform, an excellent chart package, and it's completely free. I do not sell systems or indicators. I don't think they work. I don't think, well, they work for some people, and if they work for you, great. carry on using them, but that's not what I'm about. That's not what Trade the Easy Way is about. And you get whatever you are doing with Trade the Easy Way, whether it's Scalper School or mentorships, you get a lot of my time, a lot of my support. A big part of my week is you talk to people in our training room, and we have a chat room. We're exchanging trading ideas 5 days a week as well. So members are well looked after. So why Scalper Markets? I love scalping. I would encourage anybody who wants to make a daily income out of the markets just to scalp. It limits the time you spend on the screen. It limits the amount of money you got on the table all the time, and it's just less stressful. We made good money this morning in the Euro session and just walked away. And then I went for a nice long walk, got some air in my lungs, walked away, did some work, had lunch, and then came back and then made another pack of money after the US market opened. And that's exactly what we do just about every day. Not every, there are occasions when a session is not profitable. I'm not going to kid you that this is not 100% successful. No trading, as you probably already know, no trading system is, no method, no trading plan is 100% airtight. This is a business model of the insurance industry, which I guess is why I like it, because that's where I started my life anyway. The insurance industry sells insurance policies on the basis that X number of them are going to have claims and the others are not. And overall, you end up with money, and that's how you trade. And anybody who cannot accept a loss or struggles or is struggling because they've had a series of losses, etc. This is good for you, because it's rules based, and we do the same thing every day, and they are such simple rules. That's why the actual program itself is not that long. It's only 9 a.m. till lunchtime on a Saturday. But it's about quickly learning to trust the rules and just get on with it, and just get your scalping done and trade away. This is, let me show you this slide. I produced these slides a little while ago, but this is an account. This is my account on, let me see. So on this particular day, this is over a year ago. I didn't realize it was that old. 325, 101, 40, 131, and then a loss. I don't know what happened there. That I would not ordinarily accept a loss that low. But on this day, let me just quickly, that's 425, 465, 565. I ended up with about 450, 500 quid on that day. And then we'll just move on, and I'll show you what I did today. Here's another one. This is better. This is more typical. Minus 30, plus 480, minus 100, plus 300, and here I've probably got a couple of trades. Well, what I was doing yesterday, where I might have had a good day, got some money in the bank. So what I do is I take a trade, it begins to move, and I get a stop to break even, or maybe lock in a bit of profit and try and let it run. And looks as if on these couple of occasions it's not worked out, but that's fine, because overall I've got plus 480 and plus 306. These are live accounts, so you're seeing exactly what I'm doing. You're seeing every day. You're seeing my trading platform. You're seeing my live trades. You're seeing my profits, and you're seeing any stop outs I get. It's completely transparent. I'm not in the business of, as far as you're concerned, you are looking over my shoulder. You are watching me follow my rules day in and day out. That's it. And I'm trying to get everybody to stick to the rules as best they possibly can. Obviously, how they conduct themselves is ultimately up to them, but the people who do well, yeah, generally follow my rules. Now, I have got something I've not got on this slide package. It's a bit weird. It's possibly I picked up an old slide, but what I've done is, unbeknown to me, one of our members who is a veteran trader, he came to me having traded for quite a few years. He explained to me that he built his account up to a good six-figure sum and gave a lot of it back, if not most of it back. He came into Scalper School, thoroughly locked onto what I was doing and what I was teaching, and uses it day in, day out, and has terrific results. Now, the reason why I'm telling you the story is because he did a completely independent set of back testing over a 9-month period from, I think it was September last year to April this year. So it's 9 months worth of data. I need to post this on my website because I haven't got this. And he said to me, this system is 77% successful. I didn't even know he was doing this study, but he says that the system is 77% successful with 8% no trades. So the stop out level is very nominal, and most of the time I would have much smaller stop outs than that. Okay, so that's why I got you in here today, to talk about how good this system is and what you could potentially do from it. Right, now I'm going to get rid of the slides because slides are boring, even if they're well produced. They can be very boring. Right, so that's for later. Let me just get caught up the live charts today. Right, we have traded, bear with me one moment. We traded quite a lot today. It was quite a lot of activity, so we did quite a good few trades, more than normal. Normally we're nice and conservative, bank out, get our day's money and just walk away, but there's so much volatility today, we just made the most of it. Euro yen, we bought the dips, and we get the right color pen. We bought the dips in here and started taking profits here, started getting back in on this support and actually got stopped out. So I gave a little bit of profit back. Let me show you the profits. So on this particular instrument, I got it was a pretty small number. It's only, you can see that is the actual gain today on this live account. Pretty small. It was close to 100, but yeah, like I said, this got really choppy and I gave some back on a second trade. This particular trade, let me take that off. Do I offer a trial in the room? No. And the reason why I don't offer a trial in the room is because only people who've been on Scalper School come in the room. So that's the reason why I'm showing you actual accounts, so that that sort of takes away the need to show you what I do. This was better. This was only 30 minutes trading. I made this money in 30 minutes. That's all. I ignored all this morning in the Euro sessions. This is 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock Euro session. Ignored all this. And then I got short, let me think, just around the big number. At the time, you can see there's an actual buy signal here. Yeah, decent support, there's buy signal. I'm not going to explain why I took it short, because otherwise I'm going to end up giving you the rules and the setups, and that's not why I'm here. I'm here just to show you evidence of what you can achieve if you want to be a Scalper School member. Okay, so I was hoping for bigger profits, but that's fine. I was hoping for, yeah, even after 15 minutes, you've got a significant move. I think you've got about 40 pips here in 15 minutes. So, I mean, this looks bullish, doesn't it? The dips kept getting bought, the dips kept getting bought, dips kept getting bought. So why would you short that? Well, like I said, it's a Scalper School setup. We stick to the rules, and we scalp away, and then we take the thing. Then we traded. What else did we do? Now, the other side of Scalper School, there's another aspect of Scalper School which I just talked to you about very briefly. If you are constantly scalping and only for 25 pips, yeah, if you're looking to build your account, that ain't going to work, is it? So what I'm talking about here is a regular income, not developing, really building your account and boosting your account to get some really good compound growth out of it. So what we also do within Scalper School, what we also talk about is swing trading. So one thing that we do in Scalper School is we do what's called sing and swing. That's where we are singing in to little tunes to the market, grabbing 25 pips all the time, most of the time, not every time. I'm also being very, very clear about the potential breakout patterns in these markets. This was drawn week and a half ago. So, and this was a good 200-300 pip drop, and it looked like a really decent sell signal. I was all over this, posting it. I've got a blog that's got about 60,000 views on it at the moment. I was posting this in the blog. I don't post a lot in that blog, explaining why I was buying this, and here we are 300 and whatever pips higher than my call on that. So although we are in the room, we're scalping every day, you will be seeing information about what I'm doing on the swing trade basis, and you'll also see what I'm doing on this swing and sing strategy, where you have an option of getting in on a core position. So you might get in on if you're spread betting, you might get in on a £1 or £2 a point. You do not have to abuse leverage. You certainly don't need to abuse your leverage you've got if you want to sleep at night. So you might do £1 or £2 a night, pounds a point on a contract, on a near-term contract, and if you then start scalping on these levels, and in some cases get stopped to break even, or other cases just grab your 25 pips, you can ultimately have a move that's 300 or more pips, and ultimately through Scalper School end up with something like 450, 500 plus out of one move. Because if you've got a core position at a certain level and this thing's breaking, your swing and sing strategy that we use can give you multiples of points rather than just a simple little move. Okay, so there's different aspects of Scalper School, and it's up to you how you want to use it. So you could sit there, and some people just come in and they just grab their 25 pips and they're very, very happy just to take the money off the table, close the platform, walk away and do something else. Other people do like the swing and sing setup and do like to make sure that they are really adding to their account. Any questions at this stage? What else are we doing? Obviously the pound, we took the pound in the morning, and this is the weekly chart I have drawn up on the pound, and that's why we are looking at certain pivot levels. And on the pound, this is how I'm set up in the morning. So I come to my screens. The first thing you'll see in the morning, you won't hear me. First thing before 8 o'clock, what you will do is, if you're in the room early, you will see me preparing my charts, looking for the areas of support and resistance, all the usual stuff that I'm sure you know about anyway. But we've got a particular system that allows us to pick up on what's going on these charts and to capitalize on that. Okay, and you can see how this has come off on the areas that we were interested in. Right, I'm deliberately going fast because I've had a great day, and I'm quite keen on spending some time in front of going for another walk, get some more fresh air, which I think is crucial to keep your head clear, keep yourself focused on trading, making sure I don't overtrade, which used to be a problem of mine. That was one of my, we all have sort of little personality traits that sometimes get in the way of trading because it's a mind game. So one of the problems I used to have was overtrading. So that's why having a system that I stick to really, really helps me. The session after the 4th of November is, I think it's the 4th of December. Hang on, I'll come to that in a minute. Once you've done the session, you are straight into the trading room, and the trading room is open 3 days a week. The chat room is 5 days a week, but the actual period in which you are looking over my shoulder and seeing my live trades is for 3 Euro sessions a week. And I do open it for what I call tier 1 data. Tier 1 data is where you have interest rate decisions, monthly US non-farm payroll jobs, and that sort of thing. So it is open for additional periods if there is something crucial, if there's a tier 1 piece of data in the market. So for example, tomorrow we have ECB. So I will be opening the room for a short period tomorrow, but I might cut it short if there's too little action, too little volume, and then I will save it to till after the move is done. I'm not interested in any high frequency moves. In the trading room, I don't want to get in front of something that may turn the wrong way and increase our risk, because one of the key aspects of Scalper School is risk management. Another question come in, something about how many members you have in the trading room. We have actively in the room, it's small, so at the moment there's only about 8 to 10 people in the actual trading room. In the chat room there's more, because I'm mentoring people, and there are other coaches in the trading room, but in the chat room. So there's 2 rooms. One is the actual live trading room, one is the chat room. The fixed days for the actual live trading room is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm normally in the room about 7:45, 7:50 a.m. and some days we close it after an hour. If we've done a couple of trades and we're at a minimum of 25 pips up, sometimes we close it in 45, 60 minutes. Other times we will just break off, wait until we get some increased volatility, which of course I'll specify when I'm coming back in the room. Normally about 25 past 9 or just before the data, and then we'll mark off the data move, and then if there's a trade we will trade it. And then when I leave the trading room, what I'm doing is I am specifying what I'm looking for later in the day, in the next volatile period of the day. So I'm in the room from 7:45, 7:50 till normally up till about 10 a.m. And then before I leave the room at this time, I will then specify what I'm looking for in the currency pairs, most of the time, nearly all the time it's currency pair we already traded. So I'm looking for potential waves or retracements for something that we traded, but I'm also prepping in front of you, prepping what I may or may not do or what I'm looking for in the Dow. And I also talk about gold and oil, because I grew up in the futures market trading oil. So the chat room is, at the moment, it's a closed Skype room that I've set up, that everybody is in. So I've kept it as a Skype room at the moment because Skype's completely free. It's very reliable. It's easy to run with when you're working, looking at charts. But I think I may change that in the near future. But the actual live trading room is you're in what is the live trading room now. I use this system, this Zoom room, for the live trades. Okay, keep the questions coming. That's good. The other thing is, at the weekend, and you will get access to members, and which Scalper School graduates you automatically become a member for a full month, included in the cost. Members get 3 to 4 videos during the week on top of all the work I do, on top of the training room, on top of the chat room, and on top of the Monday 7 p.m. Traders Roundtable. So I forgot to mention that, didn't I? It's a crucial part of the week. Every Monday at 7 p.m. You log into the trading room, and I do my preparation in front of you for the week ahead. There's a certain pivot that we look for in the early part of the week. In fact, if I show you a 60-minute chart of this one and strip off this, that red line is a key pivot that we look at in all our charts, all the markets we take. And that is just one of several aspects of Scalper School. And so that's a core part of our trading. You can see this week that we are last week we gravitated around this pivot. This week we bounced up, came right down, and then punched right through it. So any pullbacks to that pivot will be key to our trading. So yeah, look, I was saying Monday is Traders Roundtable. We scan the markets. I prep for the rest of the week. I hand out the key numbers I was talking about. If, for an example, on my Sunday video, I stated that I was looking for 905. Unfortunately, I was about 7 pips out. My main pivot was 905. That was the price I was looking for to get everybody in, and I was about 7 pips out. That's the kind of research, the kind of work I do. So the other key aspect I want to tell you about is the video on Sunday. The video on Sunday is crucial. That talks about exactly what went right, what went wrong last week, but that's a small part of the video. The main part of the video is identifying entry levels in the first half of the week for these potential swing and swing trades. And of course, then we go constantly going over the rules for Scalper School, because I want to be. I'm very boring about that because it's got to be ingrained in everybody's mind. about these rules for scalping, because that's the only way I can reduce everybody's risk when they're in the room, and protect their accounts and get them to build their accounts. Can you join the Skype room to discuss trades? Again, I'm going to have to, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no, because we will be using terminology that is unique to Scalper School and you won't understand it, and therefore you get confused. So I'm not prepared to have anybody in the room. You'll find yourself saying, well, typing questions. I've done this before. I have people who don't know exactly what the terminology is and the setup is, and other members end up spending a lot of time trying to explain it. So I don't want to let other members, but I don't want to put them in that position to feel that they have to support new people who are not Scalper School graduates. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no to that suggestion that you come in the Skype room. Otherwise, it will become a little bit unfocused, and I'm not prepared to do that. Right, so I have spent 30 minutes doing that. So this is the page for Scalper School. Let me just do this. For some, hang on a second. That's the link for Scalper School, and you get 4 weeks in the room. These are the dates. 2nd of December, sorry, 4th of November and the 2nd of December are the next two programs. They start at 9 AM to 1:30 PM so that we can get our heads down, get through the program on a Saturday morning, and then still have the rest of Saturday. Maybe if you want to get to football or rugby or whatever it is you do, or decorating the house, whatever it is, then you can do that. The content is here. Session 1 is here. If you click on that tab, you get session 2. You end up with control sheets, access to the trading room, access to the Monday scanning and education session. I am actually going to increase, I'm adding another training session to the week as well in the coming week or so. The website's just being redesigned slightly, and I'm going to add another service to members in the next week or so. So by all means, if you want to register, click this button. That takes you to the registration page. Put the date that you want here, and then fill this in and then submit, and then that will take you to the PayPal button as well. All right, so that's a quick introduction as to why we scalp. I haven't talked really about how we scalp, because that's as we're getting into the program. I've talked to you about results. I've showed you live accounts, live results, and I've given you a lot of detail about what you actually get from me, what support you get from the team, the other coaches, and what you stand to gain from this. So I very much hope that you'll join us. We've got the next 4th of November is already getting a bit busy, so we are half full at the moment for the 4th of November. So if you want to sign up for that, it's £575. That includes your teaching program, education program, and all of that time. Oh, on an average week, you could spend as much as 7 to 8 hours in this room over the various sessions and over the training periods. So I think that's a lot of my time, a lot of my resources, plus the videos, to support you in your trading and to get your account built up. All right, this is one that we'll be trading tomorrow. And so I'm very much hoping that we can have another yet highly successful day like today, because all I've shown you is my scalping accounts. My swing and sing accounts are obviously completely separate. So I've just shown you what I'm doing, in front of the team, in front of the members. Okay, so it's last chance to ask any questions. Thanks for asking those questions, by the way. So that helps me elaborate on what is included in this package. So if you've got any more questions, fire away. Yes, I would ideally like to give people trials and so on, but I feel that it takes something away from members, so that's why I stopped doing it. That's why, unfortunately, I can't let you into the chat room and give you a trial, because it's just distraction. Once we're in the trading room, we are totally focused on our profit, and nothing must get in the way. So, any more questions? Otherwise, you've got the link. If you've got any questions afterwards, by all means, there's a drop-down box here if you get on the site to take you to Scalper School. In the meantime, if you've got any more questions, let me know. You can email me from the site. There's a question box here. There's an email box here, this little yellow envelope icon. And well, you say it's a great deal of money. Yeah, it's you get a great deal of my input. That's all I can say. I think it's extremely good value for money, and of course it will be going up at the end of the year, because we need to make sure members are well looked after. So we will be putting more resources into this. But you should be making your feedback in. I would suggest you may want to paper trade it for the first week. By the end of the second week, depending on the size of your account, of course, by the end of the month, you should have more than made your feedback. So, yeah, I think it's value for money. All right. Any last call for questions? Mohammed, did you wanted to check something with me? Let me. Yes, you posted earlier. Sorry, I've missed a question. Hang on. So it's one Saturday on the 4th of November. So it's one program from 9 to 9 a.m. to 1:30, and then straight the very next Tuesday. Well, the very next Monday, you will get the link for the scanning session and the education session on the Monday, 7 o'clock. And then the following morning, we're straight into the trading room, live trading room, room such as the one you're in now. And then we are trading until 10 o'clock the Tuesday. We do that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the rest of the week you're in the chat room and you're watching video and you're getting updates on the videos. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me. If you think anybody else is interested, by all means, make sure they hook up. I'm available for any more questions. Book up, guys. This is, people love this. Veteran traders and all sorts love it. Thanks very much, and I will finish up and say goodbye. Thanks and goodbye.